We had to take y'all to one of the most unique places in Arkansas, the birthplace of the Arkansas State Park System, and it's got a pretty cool history prior to the park system. So we were on Petit Mountain. Kelly keeps saying that probably the proper French pronunciation is probably...
Well, because it is French, and so from what we've learned, it should be Petit Jean is how it should be pronounced. If I'm wrong, just correct me. I would like to know. But, you know, we're in the South and everybody calls it Petit Jean, but I'm sure it's pronounced Petit Jean.
Petit Jean means, or Petit Jean, yeah, means Little John. So here is the story of this mountain. Back in the 18th century, whenever France acquired this territory, there was a kingsman that asked the French king if he could come and explore this. That kingsman had a little girlfriend or a fiancée, and they wanted to get married because if they got married, she could come on the journey with him. No, didn't happen that way. What happened was he was concerned about her health, concerned that she might die because of how treacherous this journey was going to be. So he said, I will marry you when we return. What did she do? She cut off her hair, disguised herself as a boy, and asked if she could be a cabin boy on the ship. It left Paris, France, came across the ocean in the spring, and they arrived on the Arkansas River late spring, early summer. Whenever they got here, they got to the bottom of this mountain, because that's the Arkansas River right there, ran into some Native Americans who had never seen a ship before and offered for them to come up here, and they were so excited to have them come up to the mountain. So all summer long, her fiance did not know it was her, and they lived up here with the natives and had a great summer, and they were going to return. Well, the night that they were going to return, she ends up falling ill. She tells her husband or fiance to be who she was. Later that night, she passed away, and this is where she was buried. And this whole entire mountain is named after the name she took, which was Little John, and the rest is history.
Pretty interesting story, huh?
But we got a lot to do up here. Like we said, this is the very first state park Arkansas ever had, which made it one of the very first park systems in the South. Very unique for the South at the time of the early 1900s, which we'll talk about that later.
So today we're going to do two short, well, one of them's really short, the other one's kind of short hikes. The first hike we're going to do is called the Indian Rock House. There's some really cool petroglyphs there that we want to check out, so let's go do it. We're at the Rock House Cave Trail. Now this is a spur off of the Rockefeller Trail. The Rockefeller Trail, that said that weird, is like a huge loop. How many miles is it? Like 10 or something like that?
I think 12. And on this trail, one of the cool features that you'll see are these eroded limestone caps that they call turtle shells, so to speak, or turtle rocks, because they mimic the back of a turtle. So here's a good example of that right here. What we are on is a giant plateau out in the Arkansas River Valley. So a long time ago, this was all under sea. It was a seabed. And when the Ozarks were being formed by the St. Francis Mountain, it had a low-lying beach around it. Well, that's what we're standing on now, is one of the many low-lying beaches. When the Ouachitas were being formed, the Ouachita Mountains just south of here, it pushed up and caused the folding. So if y'all watched last week's vlog, you saw when we were at Albert Pike, it was real compressed, all the mountains were folded together. But when you go more north, the mountains quit folding and they start being more plateaus, a little bit just uplifted straight. This mountain that we're on just got uplifted. As it continued being pushed up, then you ended up having the Rockies out west be formed, and the Rockies caused the water to start coming this direction, chewing away between the Boston Mountain region and the Ouachita region, and these little islands in the sky, so to speak, Petit Jean, Nebo, Mount Magazine, were left here, and the water just eroded around it. So the rock house that Kelly's talking about is just a shelter. It's not a cave when you see it, where erosion water had dug out up under it. And there are pictographs here of ancient civilizations of Native Americans who had lived here since I think 10,000 BC. The first settlers here, or the first natives that came here, were hunter-gatherers, and then later on, as time progressed, they started making settlements here where they became more immersed in agriculture versus hunting and gathering. Wow, are we already here?
Yeah. That was kind of short.
Wow.
Now, didn't they say there are petroglyphs or pictographs here?
Pictographs, yeah.
is that something in the rock? That's in the rock.
That's actually in the limestone. This here, isn't that cool? This is different layers of the ancient seabed that we talked about.
We found some pictographs and they're very light in color because compared to out west where they don't get a lot of rain or humidity, here it's a lot of rain, a lot of humidity, a lot of mildew and mold kind of tears them away over time. But I don't know if you can see here. There's some there and here. And I believe that's one there too. So these are hidden all over the Ozarks. There is plenty of other caves that you can go to find these pictographs. It's pretty amazing actually, but like I said, it's hard to see them because unlike out west, they're pristine because of the weather we have here. They kind of fade quicker. But this is pretty much the cave here. We are going to move on to our next hike and we'll see you at that trailhead.
At our next destination for the day.
So this is the Mather Lodge. This is the large lodge where you can rent cabins. There's a restaurant in here. The hiking trail starts behind the lodge. This is to the Petit, is it Petit Falls or Cedar Creek Falls?
So it's Cedar Creek Falls, but what makes us look at this building? Y'all see that thing? What makes this so cool is this was all hand built by the CCC back between 1933 and 41. This place is pretty awesome. How gorgeous is that? So down there is the canyon that goes into the Petit River, that goes into the Arkansas River. So that out there is the Arkansas River Valley. I'm not going to tell you all the history of how this park was made, but today I want to talk about how the CCC played such a major role in creating the park system for the Arkansas. Couldn't have been done without them, which means if it wasn't for the Great Depression that happened in 1933 and President Roosevelt signing into act the New Deal, where it put a lot of men to work, none of this would be here. So even the Arkansas park system wouldn't be in existence without all of this. And I'm waiting on Kelly. I don't know where she's at. I found the Angel Princess here. I don't know how many miles this trail is.
It's saying the length is 2 hours. It's 2 miles round trip.
2 miles round trip?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a hard 2 miles. You drop in a lot of...
Moderate to hard.
You drop in a lot of elevation. It's moderate on the way down, except for the front of your toes start hurting from going down, but then it's exhausting on the way back up.
Pretty much like all the hikes we do.
Exactly like all the hikes we do. So that is Cedar Falls. It's 95 feet tall. Pretty awesome, isn't it? It's not the tallest waterfall in Arkansas, but it is the largest one with the most water volume falling. Like we've been talking about the limestone caps, this all has a limestone cap, and this used to probably be a cave, and it just kept collapsing in on itself. The bottom part up under there, see that black right there? That's a softer material, it erodes away, and then the top will eventually collapse unless it starts making a dome cave, kind of like Blanchard Springs Caverns up in Mountain View area. And if it starts breaking away, like if you saw the rock house that we were just at, that's probably what this looked like. But as the water keeps coming, it breaks off another layer and starts eating away at the back of this. But now if this was pushed up more like an angle like it was in the Ouachitas, that black layer would be more exposed and it would all just get pulled out and collapse in on itself. Actually, here's a good example of what I'm talking about. So this hard stuff is limestone, and this here, slate. See how it breaks? Real simple, real easy to break. That's what all that black layer is. That's why it starts eroding away so easy. But if it has a limestone cap, protects it. That's how these islands were formed out here, islands in the sky.
Okay, that was Cedar Falls, and we will see you guys at the top of the trail. We have one more last surprise for you when we get there. I started sweating on the way up. I'm regretting not bringing a ponytail holder now.
Boy, we killed it. We knocked that out. Where's my water? So, now that we're up here, there's one last thing we wanted to see. We've never seen it before, so it's gonna be new for all of us. Actually, if y'all want to know the truth, the only thing we've ever been to here at Petit Jean is that falls. We've been there twice, and the first 2 times it was a trickle, so that was the most insane amount of water we've ever seen there. Tell them what we're about to see next.
So also I wanted to add, if this trail is too strenuous for you, there is a Cedar Falls overlook. Not really sure exactly where it is on this mountain, but I did see the road to the parking. But we're gonna do this little spur off here. It's 0.5 miles. It's called the Bear Cave.
And it's not really a cave. What it is a whole bunch of rocks pushed in together. But the legend is that the last black bear on this mountain was killed in that area. So that's how it got its name. But I can guarantee you, we're having a comeback here in Arkansas of the black bear population. Before it was the natural state, it used to be known as the bear state because there were so many black bears in this state. But I guarantee you that with the population growth, they're back here again.
Probably.
I mean, they're on Mount Magazine, they're everywhere.
Oh yeah,
there's a ton of black bear here.
So we're going to get some more sips of water, and then we're gonna go do the Bear Cave. And I think that's it for today. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I guess we're ready.
Yeah, we're ready. Let's do this thing. Oh, this is cool. This is cool.
Oh, wow. It is kind of a cave.
Yeah.
He keeps saying, no, this is not a cave. And then we get there and I'm like, it's kind of a cave.
Well, I'm reading the pamphlet and it says it's not a true definition of a cave.
Well,
but the rocks are close together. I just, you know, I was just reading the pamphlet. Wow. This is so cool.
it's definitely cooler in here, so that feels nice.
Hello. Have y'all ever seen City Slickers? That's a good show. Man, this is like something you see out west.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We did find the trailhead parking for this trail. So you need to follow the green markers, and that's what we saw. So now we're gonna go, we came from that direction, and now we're gonna go this way, follow the green markers, see what's on this side.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow.
Look, Do you see the red?
Yeah, I was about to say, look at the waves.
Can you see how pretty is that? Wow.
There's a hole. That's pretty much it. So I guess that's pretty much it. It's kind of like a...
Nope.
No? Oh, okay.
We're gonna check out this one little area. Wow. Look at the light coming through. There, that. Here we are. You wanna try this?
And then what's after that?
I'll come up here and check. You wanna come with me and see what's up here? Not too much of anything, just a cool window view. I wanna go up this way real quick. There's a set of stairs right here. Hey, Kelly. They actually carved out some steps. Like that right there. I don't know where it's going. Okay, this is pretty cool. So way down there, that's where we were walking through earlier. Okay, let me get back down. So we gotta get all the way down there. Way down there. Oh, made it down. Hey, Angel Princess, someone had carved steps. I got all the way up to the top. Man, if y'all have just a short amount of time, make this numero uno.
Yeah. I'm really impressed with this hike.
This is cool. But for today, this is our last thing at Petit. We're doing something tomorrow, and we're doing something tomorrow with someone y'all love. So we can meet up with this person. We're not camping here. We're actually camping closer to where they're at. We'll see y'all at base camp, so to speak. I guess we'd call it base camp, right?
Yes, where all our house is right now. Okay, we're back at camp. Now we're not camping at Petit. They do have a campground up there. We opted out on that and we decided to be centrally located because you could, where we're camping at, you can enjoy Mount Nebo, you can enjoy Petit. We are at Lake Darnell State Park, and as you know, this is where my brother Jonathan works. We have a camp spot here, which it's very nice. And then, does this look familiar, y'all? Does it? If you are new here, we had all of our stuff stolen almost 6 months ago. When I say everything, I mean the trailer, not the truck. The truck was in a wreck and considered total. So if you want to go back and watch all that crazy times, we had the trailer stolen. Our 10 by 14 is the tent that we had set up, so that did not get stolen. The 10 by 10, this tent was in the trailer, it was stolen. I could not find this tent anywhere. It is still the Alps Mountaineering, but they do not make this one anymore, so we had to go for the new Alps Mountaineering. The new one, we did not like the colors of it because it was very bright. So in the morning when the sun came out, it was just like bam. At night when it was a full moon, it was just so bright in there. This is a dark blue, dark green, gray. What color is this? Tan? Anyways, we just really loved this tent. So, long story, hold on. My brother needed a new tent. He's had his Eureka for 8 years and it was falling apart. So for his birthday, my mother got him a new tent. Guess which tent he found? This one. So my mom ordered that tent, and then he told me there's only 2 in stock. Mom ordered 1, now there's 1 in stock. I said to myself, if it's still in stock, when we come back and we have phone service, I'm gonna order it. So I ordered it, and here it is in all its glory. This is our favorite 10 by 10 tent. It is the Alps Mountaineering Mermac But what is different is the color option, and everything is thicker. The floor is thicker, the walls are thicker, the mesh is thicker, the zippers are bigger, they're thicker. And it's just a really good quality tent. Now, why they don't make it anymore, I have no idea. Take it up with Alps Mountaineering. The other one is at my parents' house as a backup in case something tragic ever happens again. And I don't know why I could not find it back in December when I was trying to order it. I waited and waited and waited because I did not want to get any other tent but that one. And this one was from Moose Jaw. So if you see what I'm doing here, I've got some mint. I'm getting ready to cook dinner, and I'm making a spicy pasta that I need to chop up.
Oh, and Jonathan is on his way. If y'all are wondering, all this talk about Jonathan, yes, he is on his way. The other reason we chose this park is because he has to go to college in the morning, but he really, really wanted to camp with us. Well, we're only like 10 minutes from his college, and this gives us the opportunity to camp with him. He can go to work or go to school in the morning, because he was working today here. And when he's done with school, come back here, and then we'll head and do another hike at Petit tomorrow.
So we did mint, parsley, this is basil. We need some garlic, a lot of garlic to be exact.
It's a really garlicky dish.
Delicious though.
But I have a sneaky suspicion Jonathan will be coming around that corner any minute, because that's the road to enter the park right there. What do you, 5, 4, 3,
10 seconds.
2, 1, no, 10, 9, 8, there he is. Right there.
That was close.
You were. If I would have counted 10 seconds for whenever I said that, it would have been good. It would have been good.
I'm always right.
There he goes. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. He waved back.
That's cute.
Well, I waved at him.
I know, it's cute.
Hey, bro. How was work today?
It was good. It was easy. Not bad.
So Jonathan's about to get his tent set up, but Angel Princess has continued with cooking. Honey, what are you at?
I
What are
just
you
started.
doing?
I just put my oil in this pan and I'm gonna let it get really hot.
What is this? Puree?
This is tomato puree. My oil is heated up. I'm gonna go in with my garlic. I've got a lot of oil in here. This is an oily tomato-based dish. I also have some red pepper flakes. And if you've noticed, I have new cutlery for kitchen tools, a spoon, and some other stuff. But it's Pampered Chef, and I love it. It works so good with my cast iron. And I want to thank Deanna Bridges. I read your card. I've got your card. Loved it. Thank you so much for sending me this. Very useful. So I'm just waiting for my garlic to get a little golden, and we're going to toss in tomato puree.
Now this thing here, this thing's scary. When you pour that in, it pops.
Well, I got it down really low.
You got it down? Okay. And look, we're finally Twinkies. It's like Sadie Hawkins of camping going on here.
I finally got a new tent.
Hey, y'all, listen to this.
What? Oh, that?
It's not that loud. We've got the noodles going in. And it looks like my garlic is done. So once again, I'm gonna step back because this gets crazy sometimes. I'm gonna test it. Low heat. Nope, there it goes. All right, so we're frying this tomato puree. Give it a few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and shred some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. And this, a little bit will go in the pasta when it's done, and then the rest will garnish on top. And my tomato puree is pretty much all done. This is what it kind of looks like. I let it cook until it kind of separates. It looks weird, I can't explain. You'll know what it looks like. And we got 2 minutes on the pasta. And then I can cook my bread. Okay, this is my other new utensil. And I'm gonna take this to scoop it in there. All right, now we're gonna toss all this pasta together and we're gonna turn the heat back on. I'm also cooking some bread because you cannot have an Italian dish without bread. I'm gonna add some butter, Parmigiano cheese. We're just gonna toss it around until the butter melts, and then we'll add the next stuff in. Herbs we cut up earlier, those are gonna go in. And mix that around. And of course, salt and pepper. Pasta's done. I'm just waiting on the bread here to finish, which it's almost done. And we can dish it all out here. Bon appetit.
How's it taste tonight, babe?
It's disgusting.
What?
I'm joking.
Okay.
It's delicious.
We're gonna enjoy this, and we will see y'all in the morning.
See you then.
Good night.
He's here. How did school go this morning, Jonathan? I saw that you had breakfast at the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I was at that old Cracker Barrel unit.
Is that the new lingo?
Yeah, that old unit.
Why is it a unit?
What the heck does that mean?
Why is it a unit?
I don't know.
I like it. I like it. The old unit. All right. It is time to do what I've been looking forward to all
I just locked it.
day long. I'm just making sure they're locked.
You didn't even give me a chance to turn the key.
Jonathan's going to be driving since we have no back seat.
There you go.
And you ready to hit the trails?
I'm ready.
This is going to be the greatest day of my life. You know it. We made it. There's something pretty significant about the trail we're doing today. So the trail we're doing today is the Seven Hollows Trail. And this is the trail that inspired the park system. Did you know that?
Actually, I did not know that. I just know it's an awesome trail.
So back in 1921, Dr. T.W. Hardison, who was a physician for the Fort Smith Lumber Company, came and did a survey of this whole entire land. He fell in love with this area and he started trying to promote it to be a park. Whenever he was promoting this to become a park, he was actually trying to promote this to become a national park. It would be Petit National Park. So the name of the Lodge Mather, who was the main head person of the national park at the time, came and surveyed the land and said it was too small. I think it was only 80 acres at the time that they were talking about donating to the National Park Service to make it into a national park. So he said, it's too small. Why don't you donate it to the state and they could start a state park system? And that is how the state park system occurred, because they donated the land to the state, and then they became a state park in 1923, and then they actually had the CCC come, like we said, in 1933 and started building everything up here to make it easily accessible and more enjoyable for people to come up here and stay. Because back then I don't think they had cool tents like they do now. What are you doing, babe?
Stretching.
Okay. And this whole entire trail was the part that they walked, and they thought, wow, the beauty here really needs to be protected, and the terrain was going to be way too difficult for the lumber company to cut down the trees. So they said in agreement, we should not cut down these trees, we should leave it and preserve it.
So Seven Hollows hiking trail is what we're doing today. It is 4.5 miles, roughly will take you about 4 hours, foot traffic only. Take nothing but pictures and leave nothing but footprints. So here we go.
We just got started and Jonathan is already teaching us something that we didn't know. Jonathan, tell us what you know, bro.
So I just found this out yesterday, but this is actually a buckeye tree. Any of these with the little flowers on them, they're buckeye trees here in Arkansas. But they are highly poisonous.
Like if you eat it or touch it.
I think if you eat it, I don't know if you touch it.
Oh, because the flower, I guess it's a flower. Some people
Yeah.
might think you can steep it and drink it.
Yeah, and the buckeyes, I think they produce in like September, October.
And buckeyes are supposed to be lucky. So do y'all remember when we had our trailer stolen and our car wrecked? We had 4 buckeyes given to us.
Like right before that happened.
And they were sitting in the windshield of the H3, and then we put them in my dad's Dodge, and then the trailer got stolen.
And when we got the truck back, there was some buckeyes in the dash, and I just threw them out the window. I was like, get them things out of here.
We're not doing buckeyes anymore.
We're going off trail here. The main trail is down there. And we're going to walk up here. This is some kind of rock formation with a bunch of caves. All right. Oh, this is cool. That rock looks cool.
Yeah, look at that. Is that not neat? It's like it had an internal part and it was a hollow piece and it just broke apart. I don't know how else to describe it. That is so cool. This outside looks a lot like that too. You can see how it was layered. Like it completely wrapped around itself. Like a jawbreaker. Like a jawbreaker. That's what it's like, is a jawbreaker.
I don't know.
You've never had a jawbreaker? Okay.
No.
Probably because it would break your jaw. But that's what the concept is like. It's like a smaller piece layered by an outer. All right, onward. You know those little Zen gardens? Those little bonsai trees? This looks like a little bonsai garden. So this is the natural bridge, and water and wind have eroded away this one section. So it was probably a cave at one time, and that lighter material, the slate that we were talking about yesterday, probably eroded away and caused this to be a cave, and then it started seeping through the top where there was a crack there, but this ended up staying because the water erosion wasn't affecting it as much. This will probably stay for a long time as all this continues to erode away, and then this will probably be like the arch in Utah one day. So that's kind of that big arch that everybody sees in Utah. This is how it was formed, was the same way. But I don't know how long it's gonna stay, because look at that, it's barely even on over there.
I was just thinking if there is another massive earthquake, like would a lot of this stuff be destroyed? this must be the desert like landscape area.
So what's really neat about this area is this area is almost comparable to a dry desert. Hardly any water besides the spring here, but all the pine tree area, really dry and arid. It's a completely different climate from what we've seen on the rest of this mountain so far.
Do you know what these areas are called? These are called glades. And the National Forest actually goes out and protects and preserves them from red cedars. Because red cedars will overtake these glades and nothing else. Native plants like moss and cactus and pines will never be able to grow on it.
And that's just a fun little fact by Jonathan. I love this kid.
Now going down from the top of the ridge that we were on, down into the hollow, to the holler. Depends where you're at.
It's a
cool.
Oh,
Look how it's not eroded away because of the moss. Man. They're over here talking about breakfast. Like, we're hungry.
I made banana strawberry Nutella crepes.
Oh man, that sounds good.
He ate chicken fried chicken at the unit.
The old Cracker Barrel unit.
The whole Cracker Barrel unit. Man, quit talking about food. I'm starving.
Had fried chicken and mashed potatoes and carrots. That white gravy.
Hungry.
I normally get a side of blueberry pancakes with it. Just like you have the boldness of the chicken, then you have the sweetness of blueberry pancakes.
And y'all think we eat a lot. What the heck?
Boldness of the pancakes or something.
The sweetness of the pancakes and the boldness of the chicken.
It does.
I believe you.
Well, that's like what we do. We get pancakes and we both get a dish because we want to try the pancakes.
Yeah, but we'll split the pancakes usually.
We have arrived to the grotto. Yeah, it is. All right, we have finished the Seven Hollows Trail, and that is by far one of my favorite hikes on top of Petit, with all the water features and rock formations. But we have two more features on top of Petit State Park to show y'all.
So one of the first things we want to show you is the CCC water tower. I wanted to show y'all this because they built some phenomenal stuff around here. Features like this. So this is the water tower that they had up here to look like a castle. Isn't that cool? That sounded cool. Whoa.
That's pretty neat.
That's pretty neat. I've never stopped at this before. I just drove by. I didn't know you could actually open it.
Yeah.
And on to the last thing that Kelly wanted to show y'all.
Yesterday we hiked to the waterfall. Today, since we had a little bit of time, we're gonna go and do the overlook to the waterfall.
And we wanted to show for people that can't do the hike, if you want to still come up here and see the waterfall, there's still ability for you to come enjoy and see it.
Yeah, so far this is a paved, not paved, this is a wooden walkway.
And it is ADA accessible.
We actually had someone leave a comment recently and asked us if campgrounds are ADA accessible. And I did answer the comment, but I will let you know most state parks and a lot of other campgrounds that are not part of a state park. They do have ADA accessible camp spots. They're usually listed on their website, or if they're not, I would just shoot them, give them a call, not shoot them, give them a call, and they'll, you know, yeah, just shoot them. If they don't have it ADA accessible, just shoot them. No, just give them a call, and then they
You need to like shoot them a message or something?
I was gonna say, yeah, shoot them a message, but no, just call them and they will let you know. But I think that they're supposed to have ADA accessible at least 1 or 2 camp spots.
Yeah, most state parks do.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Today has been one of the greatest days of my life. Right, Angel Princess? But we're heading back to camp and we'll see you there. We are back at camp, and Jonathan, what are you doing, bro?
I'm doing some schoolwork. Have a little bit left and I'll be done for the night.
See? We can still get work done out here.
Yeah.
It's a big thing for us. But tonight, Kelly, Angel Princess, what are you cooking?
Well, first of all, I have a new knife from Cascadia Cutlery. It is a Damascus chef knife, and let me tell you, wow, I just cut through an orange and it sliced through that orange like I was slicing through, I don't know, water.
Those look like hearts, isn't that what's... Yeah,
It does.
you see like little hearts. Wow, that is so pretty.
I am making a, we're gonna call it a fajita quesadilla, but I'm gonna use black beans. So we'll call it a black bean fajita quesadilla.
Done. Done with homework for the night.
These are phenomenal. I mean, there is so much flavor going on. Kelly, if you would have taken Ted on with these...
I could have done a little bit more seasoning, but it's good.
Yeah, they're delicious. I'm impressed. They're good. I don't know why I'm impressed. It's Kelly's cooking. Like, it's always delicious.
Oh, are you trying to get some brownie points?
No, I'm not trying to get brownie points. I know I cook just as... well, I'm close. I'm close to Kelly. I'm good.
Oh, no, you can really cook.
Yeah, I can cook.
Whoa! Should we have a Jonathan and Kelly cook-off? Should it go down?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
Should we do the same dish and they both cook it,
Oh, that would
or
be different.
Yeah, that would be different.
or should we cook two different dishes? Actually, I like the same dish.
Yeah,
I did.
because like everyone out of your competition, it's always been two different
Yeah.
dishes. So this will change it up a little bit. I'm down.
All right, so we're gonna do a Kelly and Jonathan Dome Life cook-off. This is gonna be the cook-off of all cook-offs. But we're gonna end it here, and we will catch you on the other.
See you next time.
Bye.
Okay.